Hey guys, so finally we are on our day 7, that is the last day of this challenge. And today we are going to make our app responsive. All right, so let's see what are we going to work with today. So in this video, we are just going to make our sign up page, the landing page, dashboard page for admin, and the bootcamp detail page responsive. And your home assignment is going to be login page, home, and edit bootcamp page, which is like similar to what I'm going to cover in this video. So you guys have to work on it. And yeah, without wasting any time, let's get into this. So before we dwell into making our app responsive, I just want to take a few seconds to explain, different breakpoints each and every device has. So as you can see on our screen, for laptops, it's mostly 1200 pixel. For tablets, it's varies somewhere between 976 to 979. For mobile, it's 480. All right, but in this lesson, we are just going to consider one breakpoint that is going to be 979. All right, so I wanted to head back to our bubble editor and let's first start with our index page, that is sign up. But here's the fun part, okay? As we, I mean, if you remember, we had already, used paddings and, we our design was quite minimal. So because of that, if we check the sign up page in preview, let me just minimize this. So it's going to be automatically responsive. All right. And that's why I exaggerate also in my course that whenever you're designing your app, make sure that it's minimal so that when you work on making your app responsive, it's not that much of a headache. All right. So over here, if I squeeze in, you can see, right? Just one thing to notice, if you of course in this course we are just making using one breakpoint, but in your use case you might need to make breakpoint for tablets and then for mobile. So for mobile, just keep one thing in mind. The padding on the edges, that is the left and right, is always going to be 16 instead of 32. All right, so in order to make things work out, I'm just going to show you an example over here. So over here, I'm going to select our group sign up, click on condition, and over here, we are going to set a condition for responsiveness, which is going to be when current page width is less than equal to 979, the left and right padding is going to be 16 instead of 22. All right. And now over here, I'm just going to show you one quick thing. Next to UI Builder, there is a section called as responsiveness, and over here you can see the behavior of your app in different devices. So this is for the desktop, this is for tablet, this is for mobile landscape, and then last one is for mobile. All right. You can also add custom breakpoints as per as your need. All you have to do is click on add custom and enter the custom breakpoint, and then you can use it in the condition. All right. So let's just go back to our UI builder and let's see how this is going to work. We are on our preview. Let's refresh this page, and the moment it hits less than 979, there we go. You can see the change in padding. This is the 32, if you remember, and this is the 16. All right. So just make sure to use this. All right. Let me just expand this again. So now that we're done with our sign up, let's move on to the next one, which is UX Bootcamp page. That is our landing page. So let's bring that up. So this is going to be pretty simple. But before that, we do need to make few changes over here. So the first thing is head over to hero icons, and over here just search for menu. All right. And we are going to use this one, that is bars 3. Copy this, head back to a bill editor. And in group inner, all right, make sure you're dropping this icon in group inner. We are going to drop an icon, outline icon in group inner. Click on appearance. Let's paste the name. There we go. Let's change the color as well. Let's make it white. And let's make this 21 by 21. All right. And let's center this as well. And let's make this last. So Ideally, this is going to be hidden. All right, so uncheck this box, collapse when hidden, and we're going to set a condition which is going to be again same. Current page width is less than equal to 979. Then only this element is visible. I'm going to copy this expression. I'm going to select this group, that is group right, and click on layout, and we are going to check this box that is collapse when it's hidden. Click on condition. We're going to paste the expression. We are going to copy pasting this expression a lot throughout this lesson. All right. So when the current page width is less than 979, this element is not visible. All right. Now let's test this out. Let's just go to our UX boot page. There it is. Let me just minimize this and let's see the behavior. There we go. Looks good. We do need to work on this. As you can see, the our group cards are all messed up. So let's expand this again and let's work on this. Um, there's one more. Yeah. Anyway, so let's select our group banner. Let's see on the layout. It's 32. If you want, we can. Let's make the side edges 24. Left margin and right margin. Let's make them 24. Oh, not margin, padding. My bad, guys. It's going to be 24. The font size is okay. If you want, you can reduce the font size. We're going to select our group bootcamp container. We're going to paste this expression again. We're going to do the same thing, left and right padding. And let's make this 24. And then we're going to select our repeating group, paste this expression, and we're going to change the columns from 3 to 1. All right. Again, for tablets, you can make it 2, and then again, for mobile, you can make it 1. But I'm just going to go with 1 over here. And there we go. Looks good. Looks clean. All right. Looks really clean. Okay. Now that we are done with our landing page, now time to work on our dashboard page. All right. So let's head back to our dashboard. Here we are. So before we begin, we do need to draw a few things and our make few tweaks. All right. So again, head back to hero icon, and over here we are going to search for X mark icon. Copy this, head back to our bubble editor, and in this group, let's call this group now container. All right. Let me remove this condition as well. And in this, we are going to drop our outline icon again. Over here, let's paste this X mark. Color is going to be white. Head over to layout. Let's make this 21 by 21. Looks good. We're going to select our logo and this close icon X mark. Right click, group them into a row container. Make sure the container alignment is space between. Let's make this first, and let's select this group and let's call this group logo plus close. All right. Min height is going to be 0, and let's center this cross sign as well. All right. So we are going to uncheck this box and collapse when hidden, because I don't want this to be visible when user is logged in on a desktop. All right. But we are going to set a condition which is going to be, you already know this, when current page width is less than 979, that's when this element is visible. All right. And we're going to select our floating group nav as well. Click on layout, and over here we are going to select our condition, and we're going to paste the expression. So when this is true, this element is not visible. All right, now this is a floating group, that's why you don't have an option to collapse one hidden. All right, because it's a floating group. Now we are also going to drop a floating group, one more floating group over here. Let's call this mobile. Actually, you know what, instead of creating a new one, I'm just going to copy and paste one. So let's get rid of this, head back to let's go back to index, let's use this one. So copy this, again head back to our dashboard, make sure you select our page, right click, paste it. All right, uh, we're gonna change the padding for this to 24 because I want this to be visible only when a user is logged in as on a tablet or on a mobile. All right, and should we change the color? Let's change the color from black. Let's make this as our, actually it's an image, we can't change the color, damn. Well well, let's upload white logo. All right, and let's go with our background color, let's set it as our green. All right, and ideally our floating group now should be on top. All right, so just right click on floating group now, right click, and over here click on bring it to front. All right, now let's work on the mechanism, how it's going to work. All right, so what I want, when user is on tab, this floating group now is going to hide. All right, and then user is only going to see our this floating group header. All right, and then he can see the content. So when he clicks on this logo, I want our floating group now to pop up. All right, and then he can close, or he can click on the close icon, and then it's going to close. So that's what my thinking process is. All right, so let's work on bringing our floating group nav first. So click on this logo, click on add a workflow, and we are going to click on an element actions, and over here we are going to select animate. And the element we are going to animate over here is going to be floating group nav, and the animation is going to be slide left begin. All right, so let's see, slide left begin, there it is. And let's define a custom duration of 400. All right, now let's bring up our floating group nav, and in our group logo let's set a workflow on our outline icon as well. To close it, select our outline icon, check this box, head over to workflow, let's create a new workflow. That is when element outline icon is clicked, but before that we do need to name it. Let's call this as outline close. All right, yeah, again element outline icon is clicked, which is going to be outline icon close. So when outline icon closes clicked, we are again animating our floating group nav, but over here we are going to do slide left big out, and the duration over here is going to be 200. All right, okay, we are also going to copy this animation that we worked on the closing. So what I want basically is I want to close the navigation tab, right? I'm gonna, I mean, you just follow me, all right? I'm gonna show you how this looks first. So let's let's first log in. Let's log in as Max Roberts at the rate UXbot.com. Let's log in. All right. So we are on dashboard. We are able to see this. So first, let's hide this. All right. So again, head back to before that, uncheck this because I don't want this to be visible on page load. We're going to define a condition, paste the expression, and when this condition is true, this element is visible. So let's refresh this, and now it looks good. We do need to add a few margin and stuff, but we're going to work on that. Let's minimize this and let's see how it's going to look. All right. There we go. If I reduce this, perfect, looks good. I'm going to click on this. Looks good. We do need to work on the design. You can go ahead, change it, but I'm going to stick with this one. And if I click on close icon, there we go. All right. But here's what I was thinking. Now, when the user is on mobile, right? And when, he clicks on dashboard, I want this floating group to be hidden. All right. If he clicks on bootcamp, see the page is getting loaded, but the floating group now it's still right there, right? So I don't want that. So for that, let's head back to bubble editor and let's start working on this. Let's bring up all of these. So over here, we are going to click on edit workflow. All right. And we are going to paste our animation and make sure to make this as step one. All right. But we are going to add a condition over here, which is going to be when current page width, I'll just search for width, current page width is less than equal to 979, then only this step is going to work. All right. Otherwise, we are on dashboard and then it's going to hide. We don't want that. All right. So let's see how this works. Let's also work on, let's copy this. All right. Let's work on button. Let's work on this now bootcamp as well. Click on edit workflow, right click, paste, make this our step one. All right. Now let's see how this is going to look. I'm going to minimize this. All right. Let's click on this. Looks good, right? Clean. Now let's work on this whole thing. Let me expand this. Let's head back to bubble editor. All right. Let's hide this floating group head off first. Or you know what? It's okay. We can keep this as of now. Let's first bring up group dashboard A. Now over here, we are going to set a condition. When did we? Yeah. Select group dashboard A, define another condition, and over here we are going to paste our expression. So when current page width is less than 979, we're going to add a top margin of 80, and our left margin is going to be 0, because if you remember, we had the navigation tab and we were adding a 240 of margin. All right. So let's see how this is going to look. Let me minimize this again. Looks good, right? All right. Similarly, let's do this for all the other groups. I'm just going to copy this expression and let's one by one work on all these groups. Paste the expression. Top margin 80, left margin 0. Let's hide this. Let's work on group registration. Top margin 80. Ah, left margin 0. Same goes for group team members. Top margin 80. Left margin 0. Group students. Left margin is going to be 0 as well. And lastly, group dashboard for team members. Let me hide this group students. All right. Paste the expression. Top 80. Left 0. Looks good. Now let's work on group dashboard A. So I don't want, when on mobile or tablet, I don't want to see cards in one row. I want them, stacked in columns. So for that, we are going to select our group card one, paste the same expression, and over here we are going to search for max width. Oh, sorry, min width. Min width is going to be 100%. All right. Let's do this for group card 2 as well. Min width 100%. Same goes with our student. Min width 100%. All right, now let's test this out. I'm just going to minimize this. Looks good, right? Let's work on boot camps as well. What else do we have? Students. That's fine. Registration is fine as well. Team members is fine as well. All right. All right. Let me just check dashboard once. All right. So let's now work on boot camps. So let's hide this group dashboard and let's pull up group bootcamp. Now, if you remember, we have already worked on this on our landing page. So let's bring up our RJ over here. When this condition is true, columns are going to be just one. Same goes for the other repeating group for team members. Paste expression, columns is going to be one. Let's test this out. If you want, you can add the logo or the avatar of the user over here as well, and you can set the row to space between. Okay, you can do that. That can be an home assignment for you guys. Looks good. Let's see the bootcamp. You can see this, so we can do one thing over here. Let me get rid of this header. All right, so over here what we can do, we can select this whole group X. Let's see, what do we have in group X. We have button 2. Let me add a column gap of 24 as well. So we are going to select our group X over here. Make sure you select this. Yeah, let's call this as group bootcamp title. You're going to set a condition over here. You already know this. When this is true, min width is 100%. Same thing for the button as well. Paste the expression. Min width is going to be 100%. So let's see how this looks. There we go. Looks better than before. All right. What else? Students, that's fine. Tables are fine. All right. Now that we're done with this, bootcamp detail page. All right. Let's head back to bootcamp detail page. This is the one. Okay. Let us see what do we have over here. We have this group container, and then we have group left and group right as well. All right, all right. So here's what I'm thinking to do. Let's add a header on top with the name of the bootcamp and a button enroll now, along with enroll now at the price of the bootcamp. Let's do that. Okay, we can head back to our index. We're gonna copy this floating group header. Let's copy this, head back to bootcamp detail, select our page, and let's paste this over here. Again, click on layout. We don't want this element to be visible on page load, but we want this to be visible when the current page width is less than equal to 979. All right. After that, we are going to select our image, featured image, and then we're going to paste the expression because we do need to add a top margin of 80. Once that's done, all right. So let's add a text over here. Let's center this text. Let's get rid of min width, min height as well. And this here is going to be current page bootcamp's bootcamp name. And let's make this 24. Let's go with 20. Let's make this bold. All right. Yeah, and let's get rid of this logo over here. And let's also change the padding on group inner, and let's make this 24. Let's be consistent. After this, let's copy this button, but make sure you copy special and copy with workflow because we have set the API on the button. All right, so just make sure you copy that as well. Paste this over here. Where did it go? Let's undo this. All right, click on the button, right click, copy special, copy with workflow. Right click, copy special, paste with workflow. All right, let's center this and let's make this fit width to content. All right, and over here let's see enroll at current page bootcamps, price formatted as currency dollar. And let me think. Let's also add a bottom border. All right, I don't want it to be merged with our background, so let's head back, check this box. Let's add a bottom border, solid border with our border color. All right, I'm going to copy this expression and we are going to select our group main container, paste this expression, and let's change the left and again left padding, and right padding from 32 to 24. And we are going to select our group left, paste the expressions. When this is true, the min width is going to be 100%. And we are going to select our group, right? Click on layout, check this box, collapse when hidden, because I don't want them to see this floating group in mobile, especially for mobile. Click on condition, paste the expression. This element is not visible. Let's test this out. Let me just click on, you know what, let's first log out. Let's head to our landing page, UX boot. Let's go with this one. All right, so let me minimize this and let's squeeze in. Let's see how this looks. Looks good. Looks really good. Click on tools. I'm able to see the agenda and I'm able to see all the team members. Let's make this, let's change the column from 3 to 2 for this one as well. So where is it? Group team. Select the repeating group, click on condition, paste the expression, columns 1. Refresh. All right, we are good to go. Looks clean. If I click over here, I'm getting directed to Stripe checkout. So yeah, so we are done making our app responsive here. So your home assignment for this lesson is going to be work on login page, home, and edit bootcamp. Of course, you can go ahead and make more enhancement. All right, but this is just a, like a concise video about making your app responsive. I hope you enjoyed this whole series and do like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to get back to me. Just drop a comment or else you can drop me a message on my website, that is Bill No Code Hustle. And if you want me to create any other tutorial on any other application, do let me know. I do have a form. I'm just going to show you. So if you head back to all courses, scroll down, I do have a feature wherein you can ask me, like request app you want over here, and I can, work on it, and I can create a tutorial on it. So do let me know. All right. Have a good day, guys.